You won't believe what's beside me right now. It's an elephant. Alright, 5 reasons you're tired. Why the hell are you so tired, man? Let's sit down and talk about this. You shouldn't be tired. You should have all the energy in the world all the time. You like that? All the energy in the world all the time. Say it with me now. All the energy in the world all the time. We're gonna say it one more time together. Say it out loud. All the energy in the world all the time. That's what you have in you right now. You have all the energy in the world all the time. You just gotta release it. People say, I don't have any energy, as if it's something that they have to get. You don't get energy, you release it. Let me explain that in a story. So you're tired, you're laying down, 3 a.m., you're asleep, dead asleep, you're dead asleep, you're super tired, 3 a.m. Everyone's sleeping at 3 a.m. But what happens is your neighbor comes over and they knock and they're like, hey, you wanna watch a movie? And you're like, no, I'm sleeping, man, I'm tired. Go away, man, what are you doing? Of course not. You're tired, right? But then 2 minutes later, your house starts to catch fire and you have all the energy in the world. All of a sudden you have all the energy in the world, but 2 minutes ago you had no energy. What changed? Your desire. A, you had no desire to go watch a movie with your neighbor, but B, your fire's on house, you got the desire to live. So you have all the energy in the world. You released the energy. Just know that if you're tired, you've got to learn to release the energy. And that's what this video is all about. The first reason I think a lot of people don't have a lot of energy is because they're uninspired. They're not inspired. If I told you to stare at a wall for 8 hours a day, and I'll pay you $10 an hour to stare at a wall for 8 hours a day, at the end of your second shift, at the end of your first shift, you would be so damn tired. Even during your shift, you'd be so tired because you're so freaking bored. You're so uninspired. You're staring at a wall. You're literally watching paint dry. It's the worst job in the world. You just have no energy. And so why do you think everyone nowadays, they're drinking Red Bull, they're drinking coffee, they're drinking green tea, they're drinking Starbucks all the freaking time? Because they need that stimulant energy. They need to stimulate their body because they're so bored. They're not inspired. But the people who are inspired, the people who are doing what they love to do, they don't even stop to eat. They just go because they're just so laser focused on what they love to do. So you've got to learn to find what it is you love to do and then do that all the freaking time, and you'll have all the energy in the world. Second reason you probably don't have a lot of energy, or second reason a lot of people don't have a lot of energy, is because they're eating way too much fat in their diet. They're eating way too much fat in their diet and they're taking too many supplements. Fat requires a lot of energy to break down. So when you're spending energy breaking down food, you're not gonna have energy for up top, you're not gonna have energy for your muscles, because you're spending it digesting food. And same goes with supplements. You know, if you consume a lot of like protein powder or like calcium supplements or vitamin D supplements or all sorts of pills, your body has to break that stuff down. Your body has to break it down, and it's hard to do. When you spend energy digesting stuff, breaking stuff down, you're gonna have a lot less energy for making videos like this, going for runs, swims, bikes, having sex with your partner, whatever, self, whatever you want to do. Stop eating so much fat. Stop taking supplements. The one supplement I would say that doesn't affect your energy negatively would be some green powder, like some barley green powder or something like that, just because that stuff's instantly easily absorbed. But taking pills and stuff and taking protein powder, that requires so much energy for your body to break down. And fat especially, man. Lower your fat intake and watch your energy go up. Eat high carb raw vegan, not high fat raw vegan. Even avocados and coconuts and durians, man, like just keep them to a limit, you know. Have as many as you want, but just know that if you are feeling low on energy, try switching out the fat for something higher carbohydrate and juicier, sweeter watermelon or something like that, and notice the difference. Notice how much lighter and more energetic you feel. Third reason you're always tired is you're not getting enough sleep. Here are my 3 rules for sleep. Take notes here. First rule, get to bed before you're tired. Don't get to bed when you're tired. It's too late at that point. Get to bed before you're tired. So it's like 9 o'clock, you still got lots of energy, get to bed. It's like 8 o'clock, you still got lots of energy, get to bed. Train yourself to start getting to bed between 8 and 9 every single night. Ideally the same time every night. 8 o'clock, you're not tired, too bad, get to bed. Get to bed before you're tired. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, take a mandatory nap midday every day. If you can't do it midday, do it when you get home from work. If you can't do it when you get home from work because you got to make food for the kids, do it soon after that. Just take a mandatory 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever you gotta do, even 5 minutes, lay down, close your eyes, do nothing, rest. Rule number 2, take a freaking nap. Last rule, third rule, sleep in. Sleep in, wake up slowly, wake up slowly. Sleep in, be a lazy slob for the first 5, 10, 15 minutes each day. Sleep in, don't be in a rush to get up and go. Definitely don't check your email first thing either. Wake up and just say thank you for being alive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe go into a meditation or something, but take your time in the morning, and this will make sure your battery is 100%. Just make sure you're not unplugging it at like 75%. Your mind battery, your heart battery, your soul battery. Make sure that baby's 100%. Do that by sleeping in, getting to bed before you're tired, and taking a midday nap every night. Every day. Fourth reason you may be very tired, stimulants. Stimulants, stimulants, stimulants. Mentioned this earlier, you've got to avoid stimulants. You've got to avoid the green tea. You've got to avoid the cacao. You've got to avoid the coffee, and you've got to avoid the Red Bull. I'm not talking just for the athletes who consume it every now and then for their hard workouts. I'm talking to people who have it every single day. That is just absurd. If I have coffee, if I have Red Bull, or if I have a caffeine pill or something before a race, it F's me up for 3 or 4 days or even 5 days afterwards. It just throws me out of my loop completely, and that's just me having it once. So what is the default for people to do? Well, they have it once, and then the next day they feel like crap, so they have it again, they feel great, and the next day they feel like crap, so they have it again, they feel great, and they never allow themselves to feel like crap like I do for 3 or 4 days afterwards. They just keep taking the supplement, and what they're doing is they're digging themselves deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole, to a point where they can have literally 10 coffees in a day and have a coffee and fall asleep right after, because they're just so worn out. Their adrenals are destroyed. Don't be that person. Don't be that girl. Don't be that guy. Avoid stimulants altogether. Cut the green tea out. If you're tired, sleep. If you're hungry, eat. Don't try and stimulate yourself out of things. There is a time and place for taking stimulants, like maybe if you're 3 a.m. and you have to drive a truck to the Woodstock Fruit Festival, like I did last year with Mike. Yeah, I think it was like 1 or 2 a.m. we had to drive these big semi-truck to the fruit fest, deliver all this fruit, and I was tired, man. I could have crashed, so I took a caffeine pill, and luckily I recovered a few days later, all the support of all the cool people there. But yeah, that was an emergency situation. What goes up must come down. In the case with stimulants, this is how I always think of it, you're gonna pay more than you get out of it. It's not worth it. So if you pay $1.50 for a can of Red Bull and you get like this much energy out of it, well, guess what? You're gonna be paying like that much. You're gonna lose all this freaking energy, and this is gonna be worth it. You're gonna like wish you had paid $50 to feel like just normal again. So paying $2 one day for a can of Red Bull is gonna make you wish that you paid like $100 or $50 the next day just to feel normal again. But it doesn't work that way. You can't just buy your way out of these things. You can definitely buy your way into them, but you can't buy your way out. You've got to pay the price. You've got to pay the debt. So if you're feeling low on energy, avoid the stimulants altogether and give yourself a full week to recover. The best way to recover from stimulant abuse, stimulant usage in general, is just avoiding it and sleep. Avoiding it and sleep. Get out, clear your head, go for a walk, go for a run, clear your head, do something productive, do something inspired to do, take your mind off things. But just know there's gonna be a withdrawal period. There are physical withdrawal symptoms to caffeine usage, such as headaches and dry mouth and things like that, constipation, weight gain. Avoid it. You don't need it. You don't need it in your life. Maybe for the rare occasion you're racing at a race or something, or you gotta drive a big truck late at night. For the most part, cut the caffeine. You're gonna feel so much more energetic. You're gonna start to feel like you have all the energy in the world all the time. Fifth reason you don't have energy, this one is very rare. This one is this one doesn't affect many people, but it's being low in B12. It's being low in any vitamin for that matter. B12 is not really a vitamin, but it's being low, it's being deficient in anything. Get tested. Get tested. You're not gonna know if you're deficient in something unless you've been tested. So just because you're low on energy doesn't mean you're B12 deficient. Just because you're low on energy doesn't mean you're vitamin D deficient. Doesn't mean you're B6 deficient. Doesn't mean you're iron deficient. Just because you're tired doesn't mean you're deficient. But what does mean you're deficient is if you go to get blood tested for something and it comes back and says you're freaking deficient. That's how you know you're deficient. So before you start supplementing, get tested. Because taking a supplement when you don't need it can make you more tired than you would be otherwise, because your body has to break that supplement down. Injections are a bit differently because they go directly into the bloodstream, but if you're not iron deficient and you're taking iron supplements, man, it could constipate you, you can get excess iron poisoning. So B12 is pretty harmless, but still, get tested before you supplement. Get tested before you supplement. And just because you're low in B12, just because you're low on iron, just because you're low in vitamin D, doesn't mean you're deficient. And this is something not many people talk about, but just because you're low in it doesn't mean you're deficient in it. There's a big difference between being low and being deficient. It's like being a short girl and being a midget, or a short person. I don't know if you're supposed to say midget anymore nowadays, but yeah, just because you're a short girl doesn't mean you're deficient. It just means you're a short girl. You're 5'2", or you're 5 feet, whatever. But if you're like 25 years old and you're 3'2", you know, there was obviously something going on there. Just because you're low on something doesn't mean you're deficient, but you might as well, if you're low on something, you might as well start supplementing, get your levels up to optimal levels, and see if it makes a difference. If it doesn't make a difference, if you don't notice any difference, cut the supplement, go back to how you were before, and just get tested every 6 months, every year, and just make sure your levels are either staying the same or improving. I think it's nowadays it's really important because, man, this soil, unless you're growing the food yourself, you don't know what is in this soil. Even if you are growing it yourself, you don't really know it's the soil, but you can make sure you're putting in the good stuff, the ocean water and things like that. But you know, you are what you eat. Your blood levels are going to reflect that, and the food that you eat is only going to have the minerals that are in the soil. So if the minerals are in the soil, they're going to be in your food, but for the most part, a lot of minerals are low in the soil. They're going to be low in your food as well. So something you can't really control nowadays unless you're growing it yourself or you know exactly where you're buying it from. But anyways, this is just my thoughts and opinions on how to improve your energy level on a fruit diet, or any diet for that matter. But again, they're just my thoughts and opinions, man. Who the hell am I, really?
Fruitarian, living lifestyle. Learn about the benefits and start now. Eating from the vine and feeling divine. Fruit living with nature's design.